Hey, Brandy Malloy here in Yorba Linda, California at the Richard Nixon Library, the setting for the 4th annual Troopathon fundraiser. The mission of this organization is to send a piece of home to our troops to show them that we support them for all their service and sacrifice. Today I had a chance to catch up with participants to find out what this program means to our troops.
Well, this all started because we had a Marine reservist that worked in our office, and he got called up to Afghanistan, and so he kept complaining about things he didn't have, so we started sending boxes. And then he said his buddies didn't have it either, so we sent more boxes, and that's really how this started, because, you know, if you're in a big city with a big base, well, you have a commissary and a PX, you get pretty much everything you need. But when you're out in the forward operating bases or up in the mountains and the hills in Afghanistan, you know, good things are far and few between.
Kyra in Tulsa, Oklahoma, $2,000. Thank you, Kyra.
I've been involved with Move America Forward for about 5 years. My youngest son, Mark Allen Lee, was the first Navy SEAL that was killed in Iraq on August 2nd, 2006. And that young man willingly stood up in the direct line of fire 3 different times the day he gave his life, doing that to defend his buddies, that saved numerous lives that day. But he didn't do that just for his buddies. He did that for you and for me and for the freedoms that we enjoy each and every day. And my response when I got the news was I wanted to reach out and help our troops. I wanted to help his teammates who were still over there.
Everything we have here really is because of them, you know, not only historically, but today. I mean, we get to speak our mind on PJTV and say whatever we want to say, and not have any worries about whether the thought police are going to come and arrest us, or we don't have to worry about foreign governments having a problem with it. All of our freedoms are based on what individual young men and women decide to do every day. Thousands, tens of thousands of them every year just get out of high school or college and they walk down and they sign on the dotted line and they give up their freedom so that we can have ours, and it seems like a pretty small price to pay to be able to bring some attention to them and help them any way we can.
I think every American should ask themselves what they are doing to ensure the next generation has that same privilege. So even if it's just helping the troops out, helping with sending care packages through the Troopathon, or doing whatever they can, or serving themselves, it's really important to do their part.
We got our men and women are over there fighting right now, so we do what we can to support them, and the care packages are they're a small piece of home to get over there. I mean, we can't help them tactically or anything like that other than by supporting them, showing, you know, support for the mission, and in this way sending a small piece of home to them overseas. And it's those little pieces of America that you miss. And I tell you, I can remember eating a box of Oreos on a tire of a truck like 15 years ago over in the desert. So that's something that's a little piece of home, because that's the sort of stuff that you can't get over there except for a piece from here. And that's those American names, those little pieces of home.
Joshua, I understand that you're going to be getting deployed to Afghanistan soon. How does that make you feel?
It's one of those things that it's why I signed up. 2001 in September was kind of a big date for me. I was in 8th grade, and it meant a lot to me to do everything I could to make sure it doesn't happen again. So I don't really consider this too much of a burden, but more of an opportunity.
I have a letter from someone who received one of your care packages, and I want to read, because this is why you do it. Thank you for the care packages. My office appreciates it. Their faces lit up when I opened it. There was something in there for everyone. Continue to support us, and we will always continue to serve. I live the fabulous life that I do with all the freedom that I have because of these guys, because of these men and women who so selflessly sacrifice so much so that I don't have to. It's really humbling. And whether I'm working with great groups like Move America Forward or Vets for Freedom or Alaska's Healing Hearts, it's always an honor and a privilege. The honor is mine to be involved in stuff like this, and with such incredible people that come out for Troopathon. Just reminds me what a great country we live in.
So I see you're putting on some rollerblades. You're going to be performing for us later?
I wouldn't call it performing, but I decided I was going to start hamming it up for the troops. I realized that I'm not the most serious person in the world, and I've hosted for 2 years, and I have to sit there and pretend like I'm a serious person. And I'm not. So I thought this is probably something that will get one person out there to give $25 extra. I think I'm going to traumatize the host. I think I'm not going to skate within the box that they've given me. I think I'm going to start. As a matter of fact, let's see if I can start doing it now.
And there goes Andrew Bright. part on roller skates.
Over the last 3 years, this organization has raised over $3 million and sent over 200 tons of care packages to troops filled with beef jerky, toiletries, and cookies, all to troops serving in Iraq and Afghanistan.
We also mix in some things that are useful that they can always use, like handy wipes they need, clean boot socks they're always in need of, lip balm, because sometimes the wind and the cold and they get chapped lips, and so they never have enough of that kind of stuff. It's really important that Americans show their appreciation for what the men and women in the military are doing for us.
The situation during the Vietnam War, I was a kid, I was probably 12, 13 years old when the war ended. But I can remember pretty clearly how soldiers were spoken of back in those days. And one thing that really gives me a lot of hope for America is that we don't see that anywhere anymore. No one is calling these guys baby killers or murderers or spitting on them or anything.
It's an all-volunteer force. Everybody over there serving right now has raised their right hand since we've been at war. Nobody's from before the war. They've all raised their right hand and said, I do solemnly swear, I want to make a difference during this war. So they get it. They're fighting for the mission. We can support them.
I know we're tallying that 33,000, but stop being a strap hanger. Let's get that money. Let's donate so that these folks can get that piece of America.
What's the best thing that we can do at home to show our support for them?
Anybody watching this, go to Move America Forward's website, donate to the organization, to send care packages, and just do whatever you can. And if you see a troop, if you see a veteran, go and thank them. That really means a lot more than anyone might realize.
One of the things we've noticed that people are making contributions, but they're not leaving a message for the troops, and so you want to make sure that they really put the message on there. Or they can call their 800, we have a toll-free number, 866-866-6372, so they can also call and dictate a message, and we'll put that message, we'll type it out, put it on a card, and put it in the care package, so the troops actually hear from a real live American that they know cares about them.
Is this our final tally?
This is our final tally for the evening. Are we all ready? Are we ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish we had a drum roll. All right.
Our total is $507,843.
Now more than ever, it's important to show our support to the men and women serving overseas. To find out more about this amazing organization or to send a care package of your own, go to Troopathon.org. From Yorba Linda, California, I'm Brandy Malloy for PJTV.